Today's subject is intensity is the key. Make it your very DNA. The only difference between you and Patanjali, you and Buddha, you and Krishna, you and Shiva is whatever they do, they are intense. The difference is not in lifestyle. Please understand. The difference is not in lifestyle. Krishna ate just like you all. Krishna was singing just like you all. He was dancing just like you all. Bhagavatam may not record, but surely you would have done 1, 2, 3. Just like you all. Then what is the difference between you and Krishna? People ask, then what is the difference between me and Krishna? Intensity. He was total. He was intense. Whatever he was doing, he is complete. Whatever he is doing. So Patanjali is trying to teach intensity. I can say just this one sutra is enough. Decide from today, whatever you do, you will be intense. It means whatever you do, you will be inside your body. Many times people come and tell me, no Swamiji, I don't have time for meditation. What it means? And as if people who are meditating, they don't have any other work or what? It is just arrogance. In a way, I tell them, say that you don't feel meditation is that important. Then I can understand. Don't say you don't have time. What for? We say meditate. We don't have time for meditation because making money. Because in this country, time is money. I have seen people, many times, people jump, people escape, they don't meditate, they don't do what they enjoy, they don't do some voluntary service, they don't do some spiritual work, they don't do anything and make money and accumulate. They compromise with their values, with their relationship, with their health, with their meditation, with whatever they believe. They compromised everything, made money. Now suddenly recession, that also disappeared. Where everything went, nobody knows. The numbers gone, disappeared. At least people who enjoyed their life, meditated, did some spiritual service and lived happily. At least they have the satisfaction that they lived their life. People who tried to convert everything into money, now suddenly that is also gone. Nobody knows where it has gone. That's another one funny thing. Fictions being sold in fractions. Fictions are being sold in fractions continuously. And people have, all of them have put their money in that field where the fictions are being sold in fractions. And suddenly, it's not there. At least people who lived their life, who lived what they wanted, who lived the values which they wanted, now they have the satisfaction. They lived their life. People who compromised, they don't even have that satisfaction. Anyhow, whenever people come and tell me, Swamiji, I don't have time for meditation, I tell them, just do only one thing. Only one thing. Every day at least 1 hour you spend with your body. Brushing, cleaning, taking bath, dressing, at least 1 hour. I say minimum. That 1 hour decide, you will be with your body. When you are brushing, just be with your teeth. When you are taking shower, just be with your skin. When you are dressing, just be with your body. Just that 1 hour spend with you, that's all. Nothing else. That is enough. You will see so much of transformation will happen in your system. You may think it is too simple. But if you look inside your life, when you start brushing only, you will be sitting in your office and doing all your work. When you are taking bath, you will be cursing everybody in the life. You can see. Those are the moments you don't live with you. You don't live with you. Just this 1 hour. That is what Patanjali means when he says intensity is the key. Just be intense in whatever you are doing. Suddenly, so much of transformation will happen. Living intensely, it's what I call living enlightenment. If you are sitting in the chair, feel very clearly, you are sitting. The chair is holding your weight. But you don't relax on the chair. Even now you can see, constantly you are holding yourself. Even though physically chair is holding your weight, you think you are holding yourself. You do not relax, even on the chair. You do not relax. You are not at ease with what is happening. Be intense with whatever is happening. When you are intense with whatever is happening, all your postures are yoga. Please understand. If you are intensely sitting, that sitting is a posture, asana. If you are intensely standing, the standing is asana. Whatever you do with intensity is asana. Asana is not adding movements to your life. It is adding life to your movements. When I was young, I learned yoga from a great yogi, Yogi Yogananda Puri. Very great yogi. He used to teach me yoga in the temple, in the Arunachaleshwara temple, my native place. It's the largest Shiva temple. 25-acre granite construction. 25-acre built-up area in granite. Still, in India, there are thousands of cities. The temple will be the center of the city. And that will be the largest structure of the city. When he used to teach yoga to me, he will make me climb all the pillars. From morning till evening, all the temple stone pillars I have to climb up and down, up and down, up and down. After I grew up, when I started reading the yoga literatures, suddenly I found out this is not yoga. I asked him, why did you make me do that? Because when I was doing, I was really thinking it is yoga. And now I don't see in any book any reference that it's yoga. He just laughed and said, what needs to be achieved through yoga? Did you achieve through that practice? I said, yes, that I achieved, no doubt. Then it is yoga, relax. He gave me an important key, click. That is the key based on which I have designed the whole Nitya Yoga. The key is, with any intention, you move your body, that intention will become part of your bio-memory and it will express itself in your life. With any intention, you move your body, that intention will become part of your bio-memory and that will become reality in your life. He showed me just by the intensity. You can play with any energy. Any energy. I have seen. You will take a stone, keep it in the hand, create a sound intensely through his tongue, as if he is hitting the stone with a hammer. Just the sound, the stone will go to pieces. The power of intensity. Intensity. He will create a sound as if he is throwing a stone. The fruits will fall from the tree. Intensity. With any intention, if you move your body, that intention will get recorded in your system and will become reality in your life. So be very clear. When you are working, running your life, if you have the intention, it is going to bring only suffering and disturbance and dissatisfaction. You will be attracting that in your life. So having positive intentions and moving your body is yoga. Any movement is okay. Any movement is okay. If the intensity becomes your bio-memory, suddenly you know you are in heaven. You are living enlightenment. You are radiating Jivan Mukti. Patanjali says very beautifully, intensity is the essence. Please understand. Intensity is the difference between religion and spirituality. Without intensity, even meditation will be a ritual. I have seen many people meditating all over the world. Now I know by conducting classes all over the world how different culture, different country people sit and sleep. Everywhere I am seeing how people sit and sleep, how they miss the words, how they sit and sleep. Without intensity, even your meditation will be a ritual. With intensity, even your ordinary activity like walking, talking, eating, sitting will be meditation. It will radiate. With intensity, you will attract that same kind of people around you. The same kind of people you will attract around you. You will feel connected to them. You can see many times people come and tell me, Swamiji, 4 years before I started my spiritual journey, I feel of late the whole world, everywhere spiritual awakening is happening. No, actually when you start journey, suddenly you will see in your life, you will start attracting spiritual people, spiritual ideas, spiritual magazines, spiritual websites. All those things will automatically start coming in your life. You will see people giving you that kind of gifts, that kind of books. You will start feeling connected to those things. World is not becoming spiritual. Your world is becoming spiritual. So with intensity, you will attract right people around you and you will feel connected to right people. Without intensity, even if right people happen around you, you will miss. I know thousands missed me. I know thousands lost me. Without intensity, even if I happen in your life, I'll just become memory. I'll only be vacation happened in your life, not life itself. With intensity, even if you have not had me physically in your life, you will be living with me. You will be living with me. Without intensity, even if it happened in your life physically, you miss. You will miss. It will be just lost. Intensity is the ultimate truth. Today morning in the press meet, one journalist asked me, what's the difference between religion and spirituality? If it is taught to you by somebody, anything it may be, it's religion. If you discovered the truth of it by applying it in your life, it is spirituality. It is spirituality. Till you discover, it is religion. Only when you discovered it, it is spirituality. Intensity is the key for discovering it. That is the key for discovering it. Let's enter into the sutra, Patanjali's sutra. The 20th sutra, the sutra which I was commenting in the last discourse. I want to continue. And then today's sutra, I'll expound. Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. Patanjali explains the science of samadhi, science of enlightenment. Let me give you the translation. Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. The path of highest samadhi is attained by people by faith in the path, energy directed on the path, repeatedly bringing to awareness, concentration and discrimination. In the last discourse, I have spoken on Shraddha and Virya, means the faith in the path, energy directed on the path. Now, I will speak on the other three things, 5 qualities: Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna. Shraddha means faith, feeling connected to the spiritual ideas. Second, Virya means intensity, energy directed on the path. Third, Smriti, bringing your awareness again and again back to the spiritual path. The third idea, Smriti. This is what I wanted you to understand first. Please understand. Bringing the truth again and again back to your life. Bringing the remembrance again and again back to your life. See, when you are in depression, if somebody comes and talks to you and gives you the right idea, right click to come out of the depression, what great service that person is doing to you. Or if you yourself are able to do that service to you, how great your life will be. The ability to do that service to yourself is what I call Smriti. Remembering the great truths, in the life again and again, and elevating yourself to live the intense spiritual life, to experience the truth, is what I call Smriti. See, in our life, at some time, all of us experience some strong truths as a click, as an experience. Suddenly, some truths will click with you. Either when you are fighting with your spouse, or fighting with your boss, or sitting depressed, or some time in your life when you lose money, or when you are some parts of your life, these great truths will click. You will have those great truths as experience. The big problem is you don't remember the same truths with that same clarity if the same problem comes back again. That is where the problem starts. If you can bring those same truths back to your being, when those same problems come again, you will be living enlightenment. I always tell people, every day spend at least half an hour with some spiritual literature. People ask me, why? What is it going to do something? I've read all these books already. No, relax. You might have read. That does not mean you remember. Read, reread. Assimilate these ideas again and again. You will see. Whenever you go through a low mood, you remember these great ideas, you will start living them. Smriti means remembering your true self again and again. I can say, remembering to unclutch again and again is what Patanjali calls Smriti. Whatever may be the complication, remember to unclutch. Remember to unclutch. Remember to unclutch. Maybe after 2-3 days, you will forget. You will be caught and you will be suffering. Suddenly remember, no, let me unclutch. Whenever you remember, come back. Come back to the center. Come back to the peace. Unclutch. You will see. The constant remembrance is so powerful, so strong. That is the ultimate technique. All the rituals, spiritual literature, temples, everything is created. Everything is created just for this one idea, smriti, remembrance. All over the world, so much of wealth is invested in spiritual books, in spiritual infrastructures, so many spiritual things. Just one reason. You need to be reminded. You need to remember. That's all. You need to remember the truth. That's all. Nothing else. I am building temples all over the world. Just today morning, one journalist asked me, Swamiji, all over the world you are building temples, organizations, ashrams, monasteries. Why? I told one word. Just to remind people about these great truths. That's all. Nothing else. Soon, in few days, in San Jose, you may have a temple. It's just for reminding you the truth. Reminding you the truth. Smriti. When temples don't remind you the spiritual truths, they are not useful. When books don't remind the spiritual truths to you, they are not useful. When your life don't remind the spiritual truths to you, it is not worth living. Remembering the spiritual truths again and again and again is the essence. Please understand, Patanjali says, just by remembering, you can fall into samadhi. He is not giving this as a morality or inspiration. No. He says this is a science of samadhi. Ramakrishna says, the moment I see some villager from Chaitanya's village, I fall into samadhi. Just remembering that person, his village is Chaitanya's place, and the village remains Chaitanya, and Chaitanya remains Krishna, Krishna remains the enlightened consciousness, and he is already in samadhi. The right remembrance can straight away transport you to samadhi. The wrong remembrance can immediately put you in depression. This word all of you can understand, because it's your experience. A wrong word can put you in samadhi immediately. The right remembrance Wrong words can put you into depression immediately. The right remembrance can put you into samadhi immediately. For right remembrance only, smriti only, the satsangs, temples, rituals, everything is created. See, rituals are nothing but everyday reminding your godliness. Before doing any ritual, the first mantra is called Manasa Puja, remembering your soul as God and worshipping that. Only then you worship that same consciousness in the deity. It means what? The puja is nothing but remembering the great truths. Smriti. If you have remembrance, you don't need anything from the outer world. If all these outer world things do not remind you, then they have no use. Smriti, the mala, bracelet, everything is just for remembrance. Smriti, nothing else. It's not for any other reason, just reminding you. Whenever you see them, you remember these great truths. This mala, bracelet and all is to help you not to forget the truth. But sometimes people forget that itself. Reminding the truth, smriti. The next truth, Patanjali says, prajna. Samadhi and prajna. Samadhi means constantly trying to be in the deep silence, the gap between the two thoughts in your inner space. See, the gap between the two thoughts of your being. You again and again experience samadhi every moment in your life. The problem is, you don't have patience for that gap. You are running without even knowing why you are running. I have a story for you. An overweight man went to the doctor who advised him to lose 10 pounds. The doctor recommended that the man should run 5 miles every day for the next 100 days. The patient phoned the doctor exactly 100 days later. Doctor asked, "Have you lost the weight?" Patient said, "I have, but I am not at all happy with the situation." Doctor asked, "Why?" This guy says, "Because I am 500 miles away from home." The fool is running, not turning back. Sometimes you are also just running, not looking in the gap, not coming back. If you are continuously running, you might have achieved 500-mile goal, but you will not be in home. Same way, if you are continuously running behind your mind, you may achieve what you want in the outer world, but you will not be in the home. You will be far away from the home. So come back to the gap. Coming back to the gap is what Patanjali calls samadhi. Make time to come back to the gap. Don't say, "I am not able to." Every moment the gap is happening inside you. Because of the gap only the next thought is able to come. Understand? It's like the fish tank, water bubbles coming up. It may look that all the bubbles are interconnected, but they are not. There is a gap. Same way, you may feel the thoughts are continuously connected. No, there is a gap. Relaxing in that gap is what Patanjali calls samadhi. The fifth idea Patanjali is sharing is prajna, means discrimination. I can say the pure consciousness which awakens discrimination. That's what is prajna. Because discrimination word is too poor word for prajna. It's too poor word for prajna. The big problem is Sanskrit can never be translated as it is. I have to use many words only to give you the concept which is expressed through that sutra. Discrimination, please understand. Consciousness which awakens the discrimination. When you are aware, when you are conscious, you can never make a mistake. You can never make a mistake. When you are conscious, constantly you respond to the situation in the present moment. See, if you are not conscious, you act based on your engrams, not based on the truth, your own intimate experience. If the prajna is there, you act based upon your own intimate personal experience. If the prajna is missing, you act based on the samskaras, hearsay, what they will say, what he will say, what the other will say. From the samskaras, the person who is operating from prajna will have a deep discrimination. He will have very deep discrimination. I have a story for you. Two gas company servicemen, one old, one young, were calling on houses in a neighborhood, checking the meters. At the final house on their round, a lady watched through the window as they checked the meter. Their truck was parked at the end of the street. Suddenly these two guys thought of having a small game. They decided between them to prove their fitness. Who will reach the truck first? The older man challenged the youngster to a race. As they ran to the truck, they were surprised to find the woman from the last house huffing and puffing right behind them. What is wrong? They asked that lady. She gasped and said, when I saw two gasmen running as hard as you can, I figured I would better run too. Sometime you are also running behind gasmen, not knowing why they are running. When the prajna is not there, you run based on samskaras, fear, not based on the real experience. With prajna, with consciousness, you will be very clear what I mean by the word consciousness. Please understand. Just when I started the discourse, what I said, just being inside your skin. Just be inside your skin. Deal the persons, situations, places, everything directly. Everything straight. Be inside your skin and deal the things directly. Then you will be very clear. You will be very clear what you can, what you can't, what is your life, what is your goal, everything. You will be very clear. You will be very clear what you can and what you can't, what you want and what you don't want. There won't be any confusion. There won't be any confusion. You will be just straight. I have a story for you. A woman went with her husband for his routine medical checkup. But afterwards, the doctor took her to one side and said, I am afraid I have some bad news. Unless you adhere to strict routine, your husband will die. Every morning, you must give him good, healthy breakfast. You must cook him a nutritional meal at night. Furthermore, you must not burden him with household chores, and you must keep the house spotless and germ-free. I know it places a great deal of work on your shoulders, but it really is the only way to keep him alive. On their way home, the husband asked his wife what the doctor had said to her. Oh, she replied, he said, you are going to die. You will be very clear what you can and what you can't, what you want and what you don't. With consciousness, there is no confusion. There is no confusion whether you can do or can't do. The dilemma between can and can't will not be there. The dilemma between want or don't will not be there. The power of consciousness, prajna, will remove agnya. This agnya means ignorance. Prajna means beyond ignorance. As long as you have ignorance, be very clear, you do not have prajna. Somebody goes to Buddha and asks, Buddha, I have a huge problem in my country. He's a king. Almost all the kings who were alive in Buddha's period in India were either sannyasis of Buddha or disciples of Buddha. Because he showed in his life, kingdom is nothing. Kingdom is nothing. He showed in his life, the kingdom is nothing. And the great truths of spirituality is the strength. Almost all the kings were his disciples. Either they have taken sannyas and left the kingdom. If they are sitting in the kingdom, they are ruling as Buddha's representative. That's all. Goes and asks, there is so much of confusion in my kingdom. Please give me some advice. How can I sort it out? Buddha says, sit and bring your awareness to your breathing. He says, if I am sitting like this, they will not only take away the kingdom, they will kill me and everything will disappear. Buddha says, just listen to what I am saying. And beautifully, the king expresses, he says, when I listened, I sat with myself consciously. Suddenly I could see the root of the problems. When you see the root of the problems, you have solution. Please understand, when you see the root of the problem, you have solution. The big problem is, sometimes we don't look into the problem and try to find out solution. We don't have patience to look into the problem, but try to find out the solution. That is where the whole problem starts. If you can just look in, you will see, not only you have a solution, suddenly problem dissolves. Problem dissolves. The problem itself do not have its root. The root in which it is rooted, the very root disappears.